it's me, and today we are going to be talking about why do I start things like that? Today, class, I think it's because I'm a teacher, and it's just like, hello, class. Today we're going to be talking about mitochondria. Like, no. Anyway, so today is not going to be a reaction video. I am sorry. I said in my last video that I was going to watch the next one, but it turns out that it was really late and my roommate was asleep and I'd run out of memory on my computer and I had to juggle a bunch of stuff. So it turns out that I had to wait. So I haven't watched episode 8 yet, but I will be doing that tomorrow. And I would do it right now, but I totally forgot my headphones. So I couldn't do it. So what I decided to do, anyway, I wanted to do a video, so I decided that today would be the day that I would talk about all the anime that I have seen and my impressions of them so that you guys at least have an idea of what I have seen. So when you recommend certain anime for the next show, you don't recommend something that I've already watched. So as some of you might know, the first one, the anime that I'd ever seen, I'm sure I'm like one of like 5 people on this channel that have seen this, but it's called Superbook. That was my first introduction. I was like 3 or 4, and it was a religious anime, actually. Like, I'm pretty sure a mission, like a missionary organization, helped fund Superbook as like a witnessing tool in Japan, because it's a bunch of Bible stories, but in anime form. So that was, and I'm a Christian. I was raised that way, and so I remember when I was a kid, we would watch Superbook. So anyway, I just knew that it looked different than Disney or Fern Gully, if any of you guys remember that one, or Threats of Nim. But it looked different, and that's all I knew, is that it was different. And I remember growing up calling it Japanimation or Japimation. I didn't know the term anime until I was in high school, maybe. So yeah. The next one I saw was my first Miyazaki, and it was Spirited Away. And I watched it with my family, and to give you a little idea about my family, I was raised on the classics, and by that, like, Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments, Alfred Hitchcock. I was probably 10 by the time I saw Citizen Kane. So if it was black and white, I probably saw it. And so when we sat down to watch Spirited Away, I was like, okay. And at that point in time, it was the weirdest thing I had ever seen in my life. I had no idea what was going on. My parents hated it. I enjoyed it, but I just had no idea what was going on. So, yeah, I didn't watch any more anime. I'd heard about stuff from, like, the guys with green hair from my high school. But I remember hearing about anime, but I'd never actually, I hadn't seen any until actually after college. I was in graduate school, and I had been working, like, manning a drill rig. We were drilling a hole in the ground for, like, testing wells, and I had the hard hat, and I was covered in bentonite clay, and I got home, and this was in 2009, and that's important. I got home, I sat down, and I was going to make myself a cup of tea, and so I got up to get the tea, and I couldn't walk across the room. Like, I fell to the ground. I had to crawl to get the tea. I was like, something's not right. So I crawled to the medicine cabinet, and I'm like, ugh, to get the medicine, or to get the thermometer, and I take my temperature, and it's 103. And I'm just like, that ain't good. So I downed a couple Tylenol, and I jumped in the tub, had my computer propped up on the toilet, and I was like watching TV and stuff, and then I just decided I wanted something light, like kind of lighthearted. And I remember my friends had mentioned this show, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look into this. It is not anime, but it's like American, it's like anime light, or like the American version of anime, which was Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I know that'll probably piss some people off because I said, I kind of including it with this. I understand it's not anime. It's Nickelodeon, but whatever. And, oh my gosh, there's a June bug in here. Hi. Oh, that sucks. He's going to die. There's no catching him. Man. Anyway, my parents' dog is right here, and she likes to eat June bugs, so have at it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you could see her, she's the cutest thing ever. Anyway, so I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I remember when I was, Abby, stop whining. I remember, so I had 103-degree fever. It's 2009. I had swine flu, so swine09. Yes, I am a survivor. And I just remember I was delirious. I was so tired. My fever was so high. So I'm in the bathtub with my computer propped up like on the toilet lid, and I'm in the water, and I just remember going, I'm a waterbender. I mean, I was delirious and pretended I was a waterbender in the bathtub as a grown woman. So after Airbender was over, I just decided, now is the time. I'm sick. I can't go anywhere. I'm gonna watch my first real anime as an adult. And my friend Fran, who is like the coolest woman ever, she's getting her PhD in English literature, focusing on the Victorian era and public health. Like, she's awesome. Anyway, so she recommended Full Metal Alchemist, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been missing out on this, like, my whole life, essentially. So after Full Metal Alchemist, I watched Cowboy Bebop. That was another anime that Fran recommended. She was like, oh, you like Joss Whedon, you like Firefly, then you're going to love Cowboy Bebop, because Firefly is essentially a ripoff of Cowboy Bebop. So I watched that one, and I remember that was the time where I thought that Full Metal Alchemist had a really great story, but I really felt like Cowboy Bebop was beautiful. I just remember the music, the animation, the way they work together. I just was totally stunned by several scenes in particular towards the end that I was just like, wow. Wow. And so, I don't know, I guess maybe my inner snob kind of was like, it's okay for you to like this or whatever. So, then the next one, gosh, my nose is itchy. So the next one I watched, I don't remember anything about it really, other than the fact that I think Pacific Rim ripped it off. I haven't seen Pacific Rim, but I did see the trailer for it. So I saw Neon Genesis Evangelion, and all I remember is these giant angel-type creatures and these giant robots that people got into, and there's a girl and a guy, and that's it. That's all I remember about that one. I'm sure if I were to ever react to that one, it would be completely a genuine reaction, because I don't remember anything really about it except that. So then after that, I watched probably, if it's not, it was my favorite, but I think Attack on Titan probably beat it. But it was called Gunslinger Girl. And I've talked to a bunch of people about it, and it doesn't seem like it's very popular. It's so Italian. Oh my gosh, which makes sense. It's set in Italy, but like the soundtrack just hits all these like really just Italian moments, and it looks like the animators just watched a bunch of Italian movies beforehand. It has this like sweeping romantic kind of pastel about it. It's just beautiful, and it's like vignettes. So and it kind, I don't know, it shows like the relationship between girls and their handlers, and I loved it. I think I only saw the first season. I think I watched the first season and was like, that was beautiful. You know what? I don't want to mess this up. I'm not going to watch anymore. I'm just going to bask in the glow of this really beautiful piece and move on. So maybe the second season's great. I don't know, but I didn't want it to be ruined. So, let's see. The next one I saw after that was the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my life. Like, weirdest. And Paranoia Agent. I just remember there's like a guy on like rollerblades or something with a hockey stick and like a cap who like beats people, and then like some dude was like having an affair with someone, and there's like an animator who like, I don't know, like creates this like weird panda Hello Kitty thing that eventually turns into this like giant, like almost like the Michelin Man guy from I'm getting a cold. From Ghostbusters. Like, it was just this massive thing that's like eating half of Tokyo. It was weird. So after that one, I was like, okay, I need to be careful. Not all anime is awesome. So then the next one I watched was actually the last one of that journey. All of those from Avatar: The Last Airbender to this next one were watched within like a month and a half of each other. So yeah, after Paranoia Agent, I watched Full Metal Panic. And the only thing I remember about that one is that people yelled at each other. That's it. There's a lot of yelling. I don't remember anything else about it. So yeah, that was like the bulk. And then I remember seeing a couple episodes of One Piece. There was a guy I went on like 2 dates with, and I remember I went over to his place and we were gonna like meet up and then we were gonna go out to dinner or whatever. And he was actually just sitting in his living room watching One Piece with his friends. And so I sat down and I watched a couple episodes of One Piece, and all I know is that there are pirates and a guy with really long arms. And let's just say that my fascination with One Piece was about as short-lived as that date. So I left, and that was that. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I didn't watch any anime until, gosh, I want to say a year and a half, 2 years ago, where I was dating a guy who, this is the guy before Chris, who said, oh my gosh, this anime, it's great, I love it. I was like, okay, sure, what is it? And he's like, I don't want to tell you much about it, but I want you to watch it. I'm like, okay. And finally he told me, and I was like, wait, it's about what? And he was like, yeah, it's about gay professional ice skaters. And I was like, excuse me, what? There's someone made an anime about gay professional ice skaters. And he's like, yeah, it's called Yuri on Ice. And I was like, so I watched the first episode, like not expecting to like it at all. And you're going to judge me, I'm sure. I loved it. And I think the reason why I loved it is that they did a great job of the inner monologue of people, and I got really invested in them. It doesn't hurt that I love ice skating too. But also like Yuri, the Japanese Yuri, not the Russian Yuri, he has anxiety. And I felt like they captured and were just really genuine and sensitive to the idea that like anxiety can be crippling for people. And I was really impressed with their handling of that. I was just like, it just felt like a really delicate, sweet portrayal that made you sympathize and even empathize, because we've always been nervous about something. So it just, those feelings just enhanced. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. I'm sure people are just like, I can't believe she likes it. But you know what? I liked it. Back up. And so then after that, I was like, you know what? Maybe there are some anime that I actually that there are more anime out there that I would like. And so that's when my friend Dawn was like, you have to watch Attack on Titan. You have to. And so I finally watched it, and it's been awesome. I've loved it. So I think if I had to rank all the anime that I've seen, I would probably say Attack on Titan is first, followed by, oh my gosh. I'm going to cross these off so that I can. Okay, so Attack on Titan would be number 1, followed by, I don't know, probably Gunslinger Girl being 2. And then, oh gosh, I'm going to say Cowboy Bebop is number 3, followed by Full Metal Alchemist, number 4. I'm not going to talk about Spirited Away because that's actually not a show. It's just a movie, so we're going to cross that guy out. And then I'm going to put, oh gosh, I forgot about Yuri on Ice. You know, I'll put Yuri on Ice as 5, even though it's probably closer to like 3. It might be tied for 3rd, honestly. Yeah, so we're just going to say it's tied for 3rd. And then I'm going to say Avatar: The Last Airbender is going to be 5th. Superbook is 6th. Let's see. I'm going to say Neon Genesis Evangelion is 7th, followed by, oh yeah, definitely. I don't even know how to rank Paranoia Agent and Full Metal Panic. Let's just say they're tied for last, along with One Piece. I don't think that's fair. I've only seen 2 episodes of One Piece, and I was not in a great mood because I was expecting dinner, and instead I got anime with roommates. So we're just not even going to count that one. But anyway, so there you have it. Those are my anime. So if there are any that you think that I would like, I would love to hear your suggestions. So, all right. Well, on that note, I'm out. So I'm going to head to bed. I'm going to give Abby her medicine. She eats, oh gosh, she has yeah, she has so many pills she has to take. She's an old dog. So I'm going to give you your medicine, and I'm going to go to bed. All right. Well, tomorrow will be episode 8. All right. Woo! I don't know why I do this. I feel like I'm turning into an anime character. I'm like, ah! Anyway, yeah. See you later. Bye.